Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's video, we are talking about volume 19 and 18 of the manga, as well as the latest episode of My Hero Academia, episode 80. Wow, thinking about that is insane. Um, but like I said in my previous video, this video actually concluded volume 18 and started up volume 19 in the manga. I actually explained in that video that it's about this much in volume 18, which is actually a completely reasonable situation. So what exactly happened in this whole season, or this whole episode? This episode concluded the whole, I guess, battle arc-ish against the kids, basically teaching the kids how to actually do stuff and showing them that that being a hero doesn't always mean just fighting villains and stuff. It also means taking the time to take care of other people. Just let them have fun. And honestly, that was amazing. If you actually look in the manga, the whole situation isn't at its best. If you actually look closely at the actual episode, you'll notice, or the manga, there's a lot of things with really cool artwork. Like, this is what the battle at the end looked like in the manga, which honestly looks amazing. The whole thing really, really does look awesome, but it's hard to actually completely visualize this. Having the color that was in the actual anime was so much more helpful. With the Aurora Borealis that is happening up here in the manga, it's not completely clear what it is. It just looks like it's a little bit of drawing. But in the actual anime, it's actually stunning. There is so much that they put into the actual anime that, honestly, I don't think they could have done much better with this whole segment. It really was a truly great moment. And that was, honestly, probably the best part of this episode. The rest of the episode concludes with some quick moments. First off, it sends the kids back. It sends all of the teenagers back to their dorms and stuff. In the manga, it's a bit unclear, but they do actually decide to. They go very quickly over the stuff that happens between what I would call the Aoyama arc and the battle with the kids. This is it. That is completely it. There's a little bit more, but that's primarily it. Just that. The whole Night Eye funeral, that's its one page. That's it. These three spots, that's Night Eye's funeral. It is done so much better and feels so much more intense in the actual anime by using visuals to actually show how much this actually meant to them. But in this, it's, oh, the kids are standing together, and there's Night Eye's grave. That's it. And the feeling with Centipede hoping to bring Miro back into the agency later, it feels so much more gratifying, and you can see the emotion on their faces in the actual anime. And honestly, I'm really glad that they did that. Taking a bit more time to actually show these things makes them feel a lot more personable. And I'm really glad that they've actually changed things a little bit since this volume. If you actually look at later volumes, such as, like I said in my previous video, volume 23, things are a lot more intense. They feel a lot closer to actually being close to people's hearts. But for right now, the actual manga, not the best. Then we have the Aoyama arc, which is actually kind of insane. There's a little bit here and there that's just like, he's just being weird and stuff. That's basically how it is in the first few pages of the manga. As you can see, he's just like giving cheese. He's being weird. He's being basically himself. It's not super weird. And then it's just creepy. I'm so glad that they actually made it feel a bit creepier. They actually show him taking step by step up to the balcony in the actual anime, and honestly, it makes it really intense. It makes it feel a lot creepier than it's actually supposed to be. And they show a lot more stuff as you actually go in. I will say that it is a bit weird because of the fact that this is actually an important thing to actually know. Both in the manga and in the anime, they actually do spell out, I know, in Japanese. However, it's a bit harder to actually understand for people who don't speak Japanese in the actual anime because of the fact that the whole I know thing isn't as completely obvious in the subtitles as it was in the actual manga. Because if you actually know, you connect every time that he spells something out with katakana or hiragana or kanji, he puts out what it actually means down in the next segment. And honestly, it's pretty freaking good. And again, later when he spells things out in French, I believe. I think that was French. On the rock. Again, they don't really show what it says in the actual anime. But in the manga, still water runs deep. Or still waters run deep. And that's honestly a pretty good thing. They then conclude a lot of stuff later on, and having Aoyama and Deku become friends. Some things are slightly better, but yeah. The whole Aoyama arc, even though it's short, it really does feel like the character grows. And honestly, it felt a little bit more in the anime, because you actually get to see his reaction a little bit better, but not by much. The manga still does a pretty good job of the whole situation, but honestly, I do have to say that the anime did an extremely good job wrapping things up and making them a little bit more concise. And that concluded that arc. The arc that I would like to call the agency arc. And it was really good to actually finish that. But now, it's time for the school festival arc. I love this arc, and I'm really excited to actually get to see it show up on the big screen. Obviously, we're going to be getting to see Gentleman Criminal very soon, as well as La Brava. Those two characters are honestly amazing, and I'm absolutely certain that all of you guys are going to love these two characters. They are truly some of the best villains that have ever been in this series. Even though they're not actually completely villains, they are still some of the best characters that I've actually seen. So, look forward to that, guys. But anyways, guys, that concludes My Hero Academia, episode 80. It's time to put volume 18 up on the shelf and move on to the festival arc and eventually the other arcs. But anyways, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. Leave your comments and theories down in the comments below. Make sure, if you are going to leave a theory, make sure to put the hashtag theory review. And, of course, if you are new, please subscribe and ring that notification bell. But anyways, guys, I've been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys next time. But on!